Greetings to each and every single one of you. Hope you are having a wonderful time in whatsoever part of the world you may be. This is Dr. Shakira Nakasaga, and we are back to the Wisdom series. We are going to be looking at faith this time. All right, so what is faith? What comes to your mind when you are to hear the word faith? First of all, we all have different aspiration, different goals that we are trying to work towards so that we can achieve them. Unfortunately, sometimes when we do not get things like the way we expect them to go, we think that we have failed. But even in that, there is always something to learn, and therefore we should not always be discouraged. Now you find that some of our goals, they may be long term, while others, they are short terms, and it can be different when it comes to achieving them. Some may be achieved immediately, while others may take a while to be achieved. However, what matters most is what attitude are we in? Therefore, my question is, what is your attitude when it comes to achieving your goals? Are you the type whereby you are thinking that I may never achieve my goals? I'm just, wishing and dreaming. Or are you a type who is going to work towards your goals despite what may come? You know, it took over 70 to 80 years by different people who tried to invent the light, but at the end of the day, they got it. Therefore, that means that they were determined to achieve their goals, and that is an attitude that each and every single one of us should have. Therefore, you can self reflect and think, do I really think that I'm going to get this goal, or am I just working but I'm not even so sure if I may ever achieve this goal? It is good to put our mindset in a way that we are going to achieve this. Okay, if at all it does not come in A or in a package dressed like A, am I going to get it in the package dressed like B? All these are very crucial, because remember that we are under the sovereignty of God, and He determines specifically what is going to happen in our lives. Therefore, in whatsoever way we may achieve that goal, that means that, there is a higher power behind that is helping us. We may not be able to see. That's why faith is not really about seeing. Faith is about believing that you are going to achieve what you desire. It is more of a belief, and you work towards that belief. We've all had beliefs since we were young. However, we also have different callings. You may set up, or you may start up at 1 and you end up at 3. All that is a process. And you may even love 3 more than 1. All right? Therefore, we should always, always make sure that we are believing in God, that He has the best plan for our lives in whatsoever way it may be. And this is what I want to focus on today. We are discussing faith, and we have defined it already, what faith is. Faith, you are not looking at something that is tangible, something that you already have. You believe you will have it. You believe you will work towards it. What is the difference between faith and determination? Determination is actually going and doing the work. Faith is not about just believing and you don't do anything about it. You have to do something about that belief. For example, if I want to set up a bakery one time, I have to plan. I have to buy the requirements that I need to set up that bakery. I have to learn how to bake different pastries. I have the belief in me that this is what I want, and I go on to work on that belief to put it in action. So that is faith, and also believing that it is going to actually work out. It is a deep-seated assurance that you are going to achieve your goals by the help of God. Because as human beings, there is nothing that we can actually achieve by ourselves. It is all by the mercy, it is all by the grace of God that we will achieve what we are trying to work towards. Like the way I mentioned, you may start at A and you end up at B. You may love B more than A. It does not have to be something specific that if at all I don't get this, I am a failure. Talking of failure, failure is part of achieving your goals. If I'm to assess the mindset that I have right now is very different from the mindset that I had over 20 years ago. Things have changed. The way I see things, they have really, really changed. Let us go to a story. When I was still in primary school, now primary school, when we are to look at the African setting, when we are to look at the European way of education, it is before you go to high school. I was having hardship in mathematics. I tried, and our teachers in our African setting, particularly in Uganda, that time, I don't know how they teach right now, but during our days, I'm talking about in the 1990s, because I was in primary school from around 1996 to 2002. I was struggling with mathematics. I was beaten, but it did not help. Until my mother came and she asked me, Shakira, what is the problem? Why aren't you performing this subject well? And then at that moment, she advised me, do you have a friend that is good in mathematics? I told her, yes, ma'am, I have a friend that is very good in math. And she told me, can you ask her so that she can help you after the class, so that she can come and actually go through step by step what the teacher has taught, because you may understand your fellow friend better than a teacher. And that is what I did. And I have to recognize this friend. It's been very many years, but I always have to say to Sharifa Namuau, thank you, because she helped me, she taught me. I was getting 40s and 50s, and I improved in mathematics to 90s and 95. I did not give up. And also this, I think, should teach some of our parents and also teachers that, a child may be struggling, but there are different means that you can help that child. It is not through beating. Anyway, in the African style that time, maybe now it has changed. When a child is constantly failing something, the parent may just resort to beating. But beating is not the best solution. It is finding out where is the problem, trying different means so that that child can improve. And that friend of mine, Sharifa, really helped me to get to an A. It reached our PLE exams and I had an A in mathematics. I did not give up. I kept on trying. My friend kept on pushing me, helping me wherever necessary. And at the end of the day, imagine a child who was always getting an F, getting an A. Therefore, I'm here to encourage us all, do not give up. And failure is part of success because it is what is going to push you to work harder. And at the end of that day, you will have what you've been working towards. And this is my story. Therefore, let us walk by faith. Let us walk by faith. Do not give up, whatsoever aspiration it may be. You may have wanted to be a doctor, you end up being something completely different. I wanted to be a medical doctor, but now I'm a doctor of philosophy. I'm still a doctor, but it is different, and I'm very, very thankful and grateful for the doctorate that I have right now. Things can always change, but let us keep on walking by faith and working, being determined to achieve whatsoever we are working towards. Okay? And this brings me to the end of this session. We are still working on the wisdom series, and today we are looking at faith, or we have looked at faith. Have a good rest of the time whatsoever you may be doing. All right? Okay, bye.